Brickyard, J.W. Miller wins. Viva Virtual Las Vegas. Welcome in as we, for the first time in the history of the Captain Esports Network, and of course, our great friends at the Great Lakes Sim Racing Black Horizon Truck Series, welcome you to Sin City. 7 seasons later, we welcome you in to Virtual Las Vegas Motor Speedway for the first time in league history as we get you ready to go racing tonight under the lights. It's going to be a fun one. 120 laps, 180 miles tonight here in virtual Las Vegas at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. It is the SKC High Rollers 180. It's round number 7 of this championship season as we get ready and get closer towards the playoffs. It is getting here so quick. You blink, it'll be over with. It's actually round number 8. I'm a round behind. That's how quick it's going right now. 65 degrees. There's no such thing as humidity in Vegas, so let's just skip that part. Partly cloudy with 3-mile-an-hour winds. One of 2 races in a row that we'll be visiting for the first time this season. And the next week will be the other race. So 2 straight weeks, first time here in Vegas, Sin City. So we're ready to go. We're ready to go do some racing here. We're about 35 seconds or so from getting to the grid, but right now let's bring the old screen across, and you're actually going to see here in just a second. Yep, you're going to see some things on my screen, and that's because, bam, there's the point standings right in front of you, just for you. Alex Cummings leads right now by nearly 200 points over Brandon Alphin. Jason Dalton is third. Sam Fontaine and Drayton Cook, your top 5 right now in points. Telder fell to 6 after Belle Isle. Christopher Dean, Tim Averill, Luke Knupp, and Casey Duncan, your top 10. But you go down here below the 10th position. How about Kentucky winner? Justin Bonneret there in the 11th position. Brian Suffin right below him. In 12th, Cedric Ingram within 30 points there in 13th. Blaine Sparling, Robert Lukens, all within 60 points of getting into the potential playoffs. Tuckness is there. Peachin is there. Tonight, I think, is going to be a big night when it comes to the playoffs and who finds their way in and who finds their way out. But right now, it is time to grid and get you the starting lineup tonight for this SKC High Rollers 180 here at the virtual Las Vegas Motor Speedway. As we look down at the grid, Jonathan Tuckness, he's been kind of on a roll. The Darlington winner will start on the pole, 30.525 seconds. He'll start next to Brandon Alphin, who had a top 5 there at Kentucky. Blaine Sparling will start third alongside the Kentucky winner, Justin Bonneret there in P4. Dylan Glass, great effort for him. He'll start P5 alongside Peyton Johnson. Forgive me, there's going to be times I'm still coughing. I'm still getting over this whole COVID thing, so forgive me for a second, unless you want to really hear me cough on the air. Casey Duncan and Sam Barnes will start there in row number 4. Row 5, Christopher Dean and Cedric Ingram. Some say Cedric could be a sleeper tonight. That ought to be one to watch. So let's see what takes place potentially with Cedric the Entertainer there in the 10th position. Sean Peachin and Tim Averill will start in row number 6. Row number 7, that's where we'll see Matt Telder and Sam Fontaine, last week's winner in Detroit, the road course king, starting there P14. Cam Ingram, Chris Evans will start in row number 8. Row 9, Drayton Cook, Luke Daniels. And row 10 is where you'll see Jason Dalton and Alex Cummings, the point leader. Once again, a rough qualifying, but I'm sure he'll work his way up front here throughout the festivities here this evening. Mike Robinson and Josh Gagnon, the Vegas driver there, will start in the 22nd position. Tyler Brewer and Travis Ikavachi, row 12. Row 13, Ryan Douglas, Jeremy Frere. Brian Sutphin, who was fast in practice, he's going to start way on back in 27th. Robert Warren's there in 28th, and Dennis Warren's the 29th in final positions. Las Vegas, 1.5 miles long. Progressive banking from 18 up to 20 all the way to the top of the track. You're going to see pack-like racing for a while here. Then you're going to see handling come in. It's definitely going to be a wild one here. You're going to see probably some multiple lead changes. We could see some wrecks. We could see some playoff hopes go up. We could see some new contenders tonight. You never know here in Vegas. I think this is the perfect spot for this race on this schedule. The boxing ring could be pretty popular tonight. Let's just put it like that. All right. Pace car is in. 120 laps, 180 miles. No halfway breaks, nothing like that. Just straight up racing in the Black Horizon Truck Series from Las Vegas, virtually on iRacing. We're green. Oh, a big wreck in the back. That escalated quickly. Cedric Ingram. What in the world? Was this Texas 1996 all over again? Caution is out. That escalated quickly. Alrighty then. Let's break this one down while we get a couple minutes here as cars are going to come down pit road. I see the 51 of Chris Evans is sideways in the middle of the screen there. I mean, I'm seeing Luke Daniels, Jason Dalton, Sam Barnes, Cedric Ingram involved. I'm looking for Evans here. Well, it happens up front of there. I see a Surf Pro truck sideways. Let's go further up here to Casey Duncan. Oh, wow. 48 and 17 coming together. 3 wide into Barnes there. Peachin's going to sneak through. Abril's going to get smacked. And there's Cedric getting hit. Alex Cummings trying to get through. Points leader's going to be okay. Not Daniels. Oh, never mind. Wow. So the points leader's involved. What in the world? I still have no clue what started this. Let's, oh, boy. Aggressiveness is what started this. Watch the 48. Oh, my gosh. There are going to be some mad drivers after this one. Alrighty then. Damn, that's a bummer. Like, I'm breaking it down in my head right now. I'm like, okay, could have that waited? Yes, it was the start of the race. Probably should not have been 3 wide at that moment, but I really can't say more than that. Yeah. We'll let that one alone. We'll let the drivers discuss that one. That's just my analysis on that one. Probably was avoidable. All right, pace car going to pull in. Let's try this again. At lap number 4, we'll go back racing after the first caution. Settle down, boys. Right off the bat, look at this. Blaine Sparling going to go to second. Is that inside line going to go to work at Ford Performance? Number 16 and Dylan Glass working that low side. Of course, our cameras tonight presented by TrackCams22.com. You can check them out online. They're on Facebook. They're also a part of the iRacing forums and more at TrackCams22.com. You will see multi-groove races. You see Alfin kind of roll the middle groove there, back to the outside of Glass. Peyton Johnson there behind him with Justin Bondurant. Sean Peachin also there. So from what I'm seeing from that accident, Jason Dalton and Cedric Ingram behind the wall. Sam Barnes, Christopher Dean, those guys are about 3 laps down. Casey Duncan and Luke Daniels are 1 to 2 laps down, it looks like. One of 2 Las Vegas drivers in the field tonight. And this is one of them, Sean Peachin. Hear him kind of roll the throttle back at him. We got the bumps right here that can upset the truck. Otherwise, you're pretty much wide open around here right now. Is Alfin. Whoa, contact with Peachin. Hold on, Sean. Caution's out and he goes spinning. He keeps it off the wall, but caution is right back out. What in the... Well, at the 3 wide. Oh, Bonner just kind of gets squirrely in the middle there, gets into Sean, and then bam, they go around. The impatience here early. These guys know there's 110 laps left, right? If anybody else go, oh, another truck got a piece of that. I don't know. It's almost like Bondo. I don't know. It's like Bondo got spooked or something. I don't know if there was actual netcode with him and Dylan at first, but the way the truck just kind of porpoises off of him. Right there. Still, the $1 million question. Why the hell are we 3 wide this early? I mean, I understand it's racing, but let's be smart. Already a third of the field damaged because of 2 wrecks in 9 minutes. All right. It's the way the cookie crumbles, as they say. Caution's out for the second time. And this gives me an opportunity, if you look down in the race information, either if you're watching on Twitch or if you're watching on Facebook or over in the YouTube areas, wherever you may be watching, just a reminder, if you haven't subscribed to Dr.Squatch, you can do so and save 20% off your first subscription purchase of $18 or more. Just check out Dr.Squatch as part of the Great Lakes Sim Racing sponsorships. You can see them all there in the bottom in the race information page. You can also check out the fantasy page on the website, GreatLakesSimRacing.com. Your chance to win a potential Buttkicker or an all-access pass to Major's Garage. And yeah, definitely could be some shaking up going on right now in fantasy, because I'm looking at names right now that some were mentioning could be a favorite. As a matter of fact, I had Mondrian as one of my favorites tonight. Bondo's already off the track right now. Hi, Telder. How's 5th place, Telder? This tells me that Matt needs a refill of some kind. All right, pace car back in comfy. Pace car going in this time. Yes, that's Telder and I talking through chat on YouTube right there, and there he is in the 2 car. Knowing it, he's probably got his little one typing for him, because he can't type worth the you-know-what. All right, so Jonathan Tuckness is going to restart in the 10th position. He actually is pitted here for fuel only. A lot of trucks have been in for fuel during the last couple laps here. Josh Gagnon, Dennis Warnes, Tyler Brewer, Jeremy Frere, Alex Cummings getting some damage worked on. I'm assuming a lot of these guys are doing some damage work. So, all right, let's see if these guys, I don't know, took a Xanax or something and calm the hell down. As green flag going to come back out. Lap number 12. Rewind down the back as you see Sutphin, who started all the way back at 27th position. There's contact. Evans and the Tuckness in the wall. And just like that, the pole sitter is likely done. Evans in that Sith Talk number 51, running in the 11th position right now. Up here, Blaine Sparling chasing after Sam Fontaine, last week's winner. Started back at 14th, has got through the wrecks already, and here he is, P3, right behind Peyton Johnson and Brandon Alphin. And Peyton's going to jump out of line and go for it. If he can clear to 21, jumps down here to the apron, across the start-finish line. He'll lead the lap. And he'll clear Brandon for the lead. You see the trucks kind of porpoising over the bumps. Cam Ingram starting to join the battle along with Matt Teller, Brian Sutphin also there. All these guys within about 0.8 of a second of each other. Got the two Vegas boys here running 8th and 9th, keeping track of those guys. Sean Peach in there in the 1, had a little bit of damage probably to fix after that last caution. There's Josh Gagnon, who started back in 24th and is up to the 9th position right now. Fuel tank wise, about 30 laps or so on a tank of fuel. We'll get them to the finish of this race. Now for a lot of those guys, they might have actually used those 10 laps to shorten up their fuel runs a little bit here, because by doing the 10 laps now, you're looking at 110, and if you divide that by 30 apiece, you can actually shorten up the runs a little bit there and get to pit road for tires. You got 3 sets to work with throughout. Is the lap truck there, the 9 of Ryan Douglas. Ryan Mattelder in that 2 truck. A little blip of the throttle, getting it down to that white line. It's about the time where the truck will start getting tight. The aerodynamics start kicking in. As you see, the pack is just kind of coming back together here. That's what this draft will do. It pulls you together. Yes, the aerodynamics play a role, but you're still going to have like a pack race almost, with the speeds being nearly wide open the whole entire time. That's what Vegas racing will do. That's what makes it different from like Kentucky or Chicagoland. This track, some reason, still has the grip that it has. Even though it was paved all the way in 2006, I believe, when it was reconfigured and repaved. As Peachin looked a little bit underneath Telder there. He's still going to peek underneath there for the 6th spot here, 1 versus 2. Jason Dalton brings his 4 truck back to pit road. Unfortunate there. Luke Daniels, I'm sure, was excited to come back after that 2nd place run last week in Detroit. Actually, Jason, believe it or not, if you worked the tires a little bit early in the run, you could actually make that bottom still work. It's just a matter of how much you worked it earlier and how much you turned the wheel and stuff. But 24 laps in, we're just a couple minutes away from first rounds of pit stops. And caution is out. Trouble for Tyler Brewer in the 40. And the Race Lab Ford has gone around, it looks like. Tim Abril looks like also involved, maybe. So 3 quick cautions here. Lap 25. Should bring the leaders here to pit road. I would think for tires and fuel here, maybe. And I say maybe because we're still outside the window to go. If you make the 30 lap mark your quarter mark, let's see what everybody does here. Yeah, right now everybody's coming in. Will anybody not take tires? Next question. Let's see here. Peyton Johnson, the leader into the pit road. I think he was fuel only. I did not see his truck lift up at all. Looks like a lot of fuel only stops here. Interesting. We're going to step away for just a quick second, and we'll come back and get you more racing coming up here. It is the Black Horizon Truck Series on the Captain Esports Network.
This is your chance to get behind the wheel. The opportunity to race just like the pros. From the grassroots levels, where we all got our start, to the most popular race cars on the planet. From the fairgrounds of Nashville to the high banks of Daytona, to tracks that will never be forgotten. Realistic driving, intense competition, all from the comfort of your own home. This is the ultimate motorsports simulation. This is iRacing.
All right, back I am. Let's, I want to get you guys a replay really quickly before we get the green flag. Go up right to caution now. Let me scroll up here and find it real quick. Hurry up, Scala. Hurry up, Scala. Running out of time, Scala. Yeah. I think I went too far. Did it not even show up on my replay? Well, anyways, I'll get you a replay here in just a second of what happened there. The incident that saw Tyler Brewer sideways that brought the yellow flag out there. But we're about to go green, and we got some trucks that have stayed out. Mike Robinson in the 44 truck, along with Peyton Johnson. Actually, he pitted. So it's going to have one truck that is going to stay out here and take this restart. So Mike going to play a little bit of a strategy game. Unfortunately, he is going to probably get eaten like the heart attack burger in Vegas. But needless to say, He's going to try some strategy here. Nothing wrong with this because you got to save those tires. You only have 3 sets to get you to the end of this race. As here we go, green flag back out. Mike Robinson leading for 4X. Oh, by the way, the Captain Esports Network Toyota. Now, a lot of these guys up front did not take tires, I believe, either. Peyton Johnson going to go to the lead. Here comes Dolphin with him, and Fontaine and Ingram and a whole lot of people. I have the replay ready, by the way. Good news. All right, let's jump back really quickly here. I think everybody's going to settle for a second. This is the replay. What happened? Oh, right there. Oh, Alex Cummings was involved. Get a better angle of this real quick. Oh, some net code off the 3 of Tim Abril or something there. Brought this caution out. That's just weird looking, and Brewer got a piece of it. Let me look at that one more time here. Because Tim made an abrasive move to the right there. Or an aggressive move, I should say, to the right there to Alex. I'm not sure what in the world that was about. But that was the reason for the caution, so apologies for not being able to show that right away. Three wide down the back. Tuckness, Peachin, and Gagnon. It's a Vegas sandwich. I was starting to say before the caution came out, something about this track. You know, it's funny. I actually had a little conversation with now Xfinity Series driver Austin Hill about it. You know, him and I were talking on the side just one day about racing and things. And I said, hey, man, what is it that to compare here, for example, Charlotte Motor Speedway, Las Vegas Motor Speedway. I believe we're both paved at the same time in 2006. How is it? And yes, I know region, a whole bunch. There's so many different climate factors, so many different things here. But how is it that Vegas can have so much grip in the track, but yet you go to Charlotte, not so much anymore? And it's like, it's just mind-boggling. As Blaine Sparling goes to the lead. Oh, Season 4 champion pouncing. And credit to Mike Robinson, still fighting there in the 5th position right now. And at 44, Sutphin slides up. That almost got bad. I mean, obviously, granted, Vegas has its very hot summers. It has its cold winters. It'll get down 30, 20 degrees. It'll snow in Vegas. Charlotte, I mean, it gets up 90 degrees and stuff at times. I'm sure it's hit 100 close to already this summer. Especially if it's almost been 100 here in Georgia a couple times. So you would have to think that the terrain and the asphalt would almost suffer similar type of stuff, like problems or whatever, but maybe just people that work on the road. I don't know. You would think I'd know this stuff, considering my dad did this all his life. Battle for the 5th position here is Chris Evans underneath Sutphin. Matt Telder there in the 2 truck. as we come up on the 1/3 distance mark in this SKC High Rollers 180. It's race number 8 of the Black Horizon Truck Series season. 2 races to go after tonight in the playoffs, and this is one of 2 tracks that we visit for the first time in series history tonight. Vegas being the first. Next week, grab your hot dogs and get ready because we're going to Martinsville for the first time ever. Peach in inside of Alphen for 3rd. Now Blaine Sparling took tires, I believe, on that pit stop. That is where you're able to see Blaine kind of come out here and take the lead. Sean Peachin also on newer tires. So a couple of the down under guys pouncing right now, and Chris Evans coming in. He's got 4 Mr. Feelgoods. That's where you're seeing these guys kind of roll in here and take this lead, is the fact that they got new shoes. They need this race to stay green as long as possible here. Johnson almost scraped the wall there. It looked like turn 3 and 4. "41 laps in, 1/3 distance now." Let's pull up the pit board here for a second, and let's see. Everyone mostly pitted right there at lap 25. You see Cook pitted at 27. So do the math. Obviously, you're looking like real close to halfway, about lap 60 or so. Will be about where we see pit stops potentially happening here. We jump back here. Familiar foes going at it as Drayton Cook underneath the 26 of Sutphin. You see Telder right there with him. Mike Robinson coming to pit road right now. That's a scheduled pit stop there. Of course, a reminder, coming up Monday, you have another chance to listen to the Here for the GLSR podcast. Just released our latest one Monday with Detroit winner Sam Fontaine as our special guest. He joined Sam Barnes and myself. Even got into a very small talk about poutine. If you've never had it before, welcome to the club. Neither have I. Teammates getting nose to tail here. Seeing Sean Peachin now start to roll in here towards Blaine Sparling. You see Chris Evans is up to 3rd. So those are the 3 guys on fresh tires. And then you have the guys on the older tires. Up there running the boards on the older tires. Here's our pole sitter, Jonathan Tuckness, the 94 truck. And Dennis Warren's there with him in the 90. Jeremy Frere there in the 25. lap times actually starting to balance themselves out a little bit. A lot of people running 40s, 50s, and 60s in the 31-second bracket. 3 wide down into the corner here. And the battle is on for fourth. Is Alphin going to slide underneath the 15 of Peyton Johnson and take that away? Johnson going to cross him back and bring Fontaine with him. Drayton Cook, Matt Telder have joined this battle also, so 5 cars or trucks here underneath the blanket, all within a second of each other, from 4th back to 9th. But so far, so good here in Vegas. As we are 50 laps in the books. Again, next week, Martinsville, the penultimate round of the regular season. It is going to be one for the history books, I might say. As we're 53 laps in the books here. Blaine Sparling leads right now by 0.6 of a second over Sean Peach and Chris Evans there in 3rd. Brandon Alphin, Peyton Johnson, Sam Fontaine, Drayton Cook, Matt Telder, Brian Sutphin. Ninth, and Robert Warren's 10th. So we should see pit stops here any minute. As a matter of fact, Peyton Johnson's coming right now. This is going to separate who can go how far on fuel here, because if you get to lap 60, you are making it the rest of the way on fuel. If you cannot make it to lap 60, if you get to 58 or 59, you could be pushing it. Right side tires going on. And Peyton Johnson's away for the first time. He's got 4 new shoes on his truck. 14.8. You see Chris Evans leaving the pits now. Evans, I believe, took tires also again. So for Chris, he's actually going to be down to 1 set of tires the rest of this race. He's going to want this race to go green for a long time. All right, Blaine Sparling, Sean Peachin is in. Travis Icavaci. Four tires and fuel for all these guys. Sparling pulling away. Brandon Alphin on pit road. Cam Ingram, a lot of these trucks on pit road right at the 58 mark. And Tuck is having issues getting out of his pit stall or something here. Not sure what's going on here with the 94 truck. Did he run out of fuel? But now he's just sliding backwards. Yeah, oh yeah, there's his pit stall right there. So yeah, the 94 is out of fuel and is stopped on pit road. Oh no. Tough break for the pole sitter. This is for the lead. Sparling to the front. Robinson now going to fight the 15 truck. Looks like everybody in this pit cycle took tires. Where we stand right now, the difference is, though, Mike Robinson obviously pitted back at lap 43, so he's on 14 lap older tires than the field as we come up to the halfway point right now. So halfway point this time by. Peyton Johnson now going to take the lead from Blaine Sparling outside. And here comes Sean Peachin. Three drivers looking for their first career win in this series tonight are your top three in this race. As a matter of fact, 5 of the front 6 have never won a race in this series. 2 have won championships, but 5 of the 6 have not won a race. Well, let's take you through the field and show you where everybody's at right now. There's your leader, Peyton Johnson, 58 laps to go here. And he's got about 2/10 over Blaine Sparling, who runs there in the second position. Sean Peachin also a part of this pack here in the third spot. Chris Evans there in the fourth position. And then just falling off here a little bit is Mike Robinson there in the fifth position right now. And then about 4 seconds back from the lead pack, Brandon Alphin sits there in the sixth position. It's Brandon and then Sam Fontaine there in the 77 truck. Brian Sutphin running 8th in the 26 truck. Robert Warren's there in the 9th position there, having a great run after starting in the back. And there's Drayton Cook, 10th position for him. Matt Toner running 11th right now. All these trucks on the lead lap. Cam Ingram right there in the 5 truck running in the 12th position. Jeremy Frere 13th. Dennis Warnes 14th. Josh Gagnon there in the 15th position, and last truck on the lead lap, according to my numbers, is right here, Tim Averill in the 3. Everybody else right now appears to be a lap down in this race. 4 trucks behind the wall. Ryan Douglas, Jason Dalton, Justin Bondurant, and Dylan Glass. All right, so let's take a second here. Let's pull back up the fuel box of our top 10 right now. And let's see how it looks now after that pit cycle. You see the Johnson truck at 55, Evans at 55, 57 for Peachin, Fontaine and Sutphin, Warnes. So right now, I think those that pitted at 58, I think, might be the way to go right now. If they can get to lap 89, which would be 31 laps, we could be looking at the guys on the race to the finish to win this race on fuel. Of course, anytime I usually talk fuel mileage, we know what happens, but I've got to talk about it because it's part of the race. There's your front 4. And there's your second group of 4. Up front for the lead, here comes the Vegas native. Yes, we always hype up Indianapolis because that is his track. But he now resides out in Las Vegas, so how big of a win would it be for that one truck? I'm anxious to see where this race is going to be won. Is it going to be these 4 trucks here? Is it going to be people running out of fuel and we could see a surprise winner? I mean, I'm already seeing surprises here from what we've seen in this green flag rundown since we've had the 3 quick yellows. Mike Robinson on pit road right now from the 15th position. Want to take this opportunity to remind you that you can save right now with Dr.Squatch 20% on your first subscription purchase of $18 or more for first-time purchase only. Check out Dr.Squatch. You can see it in the race information and so much more, along with the other great sponsors of the Black Horizon Truck Series, including our sponsor tonight of the race, SKC High Rollers. Appreciate those guys being a part of the race this afternoon or this evening here in Las Vegas. Appreciate all the viewers watching tonight. If you're enjoying the race, hit that stream or hit the subscribe button. Of course, the follow button also there on Twitter and Facebook and stuff. If you're watching this over on the 4X page on Facebook, if you're watching on the GLSR page on Facebook, there's, 5 different opportunities for you to watch? Jeremy Freer there in the 25. Dennis Warnes. This, like back here, is where we could see this surprise happen. About a tenth or so from Johnson back to Peachin, back to Sparling, and into Chris Evans here. Then you got Sam Fontaine in this second pack of trucks. He's got about a tenth back to Brian Sutphin. Robert Warnes, who's having a career best night here so far, in the 7th position. And then Brandon Alfin's got a whole pack of trucks back here with Drayton Cook, Matt Telder, Cam Ingram. Jeremy Frere is going to be joining him. Dennis Warnes, Josh Gagnon. We're about 10 laps here from seeing what is going to happen in this SKC High Rollers 180 here from the virtual Las Vegas Motor Speedway. We are going to step away for a quick second. You see Peyton Johnson leading. We'll get back for pit stops, which could be the final ones of the night. Who's going to save enough fuel to get it to the finish? We'll find out here on the Captain Esports Network.
This is the world's premier online racing simulation. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat from your home computer with the most realistic online motorsports experience you'll find anywhere. Race virtually in the world's biggest events with officially licensed series, cars, and tracks. From the high banks of Daytona to the blistering speeds of Indianapolis, the dirt of Eldora to the world's most legendary road courses. It's all here, and with more than 180,000 people just like you already driving, you'll always have someone to race. Ready to get behind the wheel? Sign up at iRacing.com to get started.
All right, back we are at the virtual Las Vegas Motor Speedway, and look here. Comes the 15 of Peyton Johnson to pit road. He knows he cannot make it on fuel to the finish, so he's going to go ahead and throw it on pit road now. Knowing that he's going to have one more stop to go, I'm assuming he'll split the run in 20s. Right side tires going on. So 4 tires in fuel for Peyton Johnson as he'll pull away. 15th position for him. Good 14.9 second stop there. Sean Peachin has now inherited the lead by 1.2 seconds over Blaine Sparling, Chris Evans, Sam Fontaine, and Brian Sutphin. Now your top 5. And now Chris Evans to pit road. 36 laps to go. That Sith Talk number 51 is in. Almost overshoots his pit stall there. And I believe he'll probably use his last set of tires right here. The 51 rolls away here. All right, Josh Gagnon, Jeremy Frere, and Robert Warren's on pit road. So a lot of these guys pitting just short of that 31 to go mark. All right, some more pit stops. I see Tim Abril coming in. Also, Sean Peachin is now in. The leader, 4 tires and fuel for him. 15-2. Blaine Sparling, Drayton Cook, Brandon Alphin, all these guys right at the number. 32 laps to go. Cam Ingram, Dennis Warrens is in. The guys staying out right now, these are the guys that might make it to the finish. Brian Sutphin coming in. Fontaine and Matt Telder launching it in. You better lock it down here, young man. Right now, I wouldn't, you know, I'm just thinking out loud here. If I know I'm not making it to the finish, I'm almost stupid enough, that's me saying this, to not take tires at this stop right here. Save the last set of tires for when you got to come back in to top off, because then you got 4 fresh tires to dig to the finish. Say run like 10 laps right now. Get the 20 to go, come back in, top off the tank, put 4 tires on, and go get what you can get with the freshies. Because everybody else is going to be pitting with no fresh tires. I might be dumb for thinking that way, but that's just me right now. So let's see where everything cycles out now with pit stops. All right, 30 laps to go. Peyton Johnson leads. He has 8 seconds over Sean Peachin. And he is obviously the earliest of those on the lead lap that pitted. I would expect Peyton back on pit road in the next 10 laps. Sean Peachin right now running second, 8.6 seconds back. Just came off pit road at lap 87. It is going to be tight. Blaine Sparling, lap 88, came to pit road. He could be the first one that can make it. Robert Warrens running in the 4th position. Robert pitted at lap 85. These guys are probably all short. Now, here's a factor that we can throw in here. You notice this train that is forming right here. The draft's a big deal. Could save some fuel in this draft. You look at Brian Sutphin right now. You look at Josh Gagnon. You look at Chris Evans. He's going to be probably tight because he pitted at 84. But Brian Sutphin right here pitted at lap 88, going to 89. This will be very close. Let's just put it like that. The question for that, Clark, is how do you save without losing too much here? Because in Vegas, you let off the throttle, you lose a ton of momentum because you're in the throttle the whole time. I'm nervous for these guys. I don't know what the heck's about to happen here. Life finds a way. I heard that. 26 laps to go in the first ever Vegas race here. Great Lakes Sim Racing. Under the lights here, Sin City. All right, so this time I'm going to bring in all the drivers on the lead lap, which right now are 14 trucks. Let me take the logo down here for a quick second. "13 trucks on the lead lap." Let's look again and see where everybody is. That's how they left pit road. The ones at 88 and 89 are the ones I'm watching. The ones that I think are earlier than 88, I don't think they can make it. And I'm saying without hurting their own speed. So I'm looking at people like Brian Sutphin, Blaine Sparling, Sam Fontaine, Cam Ingram, Brandon Alphin, Matt Telder, Drayton Cook. Those guys right now are the ones I'm watching. There's your leader. He's sitting in his draft now. And Alex Cummings there behind him. "22 laps to go. This is wild. I'm just kind of looking over everything right now to see what we're seeing. Sean Peachin here, pitted at 87. As we watch Fontaine back here make the pass. Coming up on the back of Sparling there. That could be the eventual battle right now for second. I'm thinking in this race, again, I've been wrong before, and I will be happily wrong in a race like this. I'm just calling it as I see it. From my personal experience of fuel mileage, racing, and all that stuff, you're running on a track right now that there is 0% chance you are out of the throttle right now unless you're on old tires. I mean, you literally have to blip the throttle the whole entire time. We're on with Brian Sutphin here, the third place truck. He ain't letting up. Let's move back to a truck like Blake Sparling. The hell? What's that word? He's not letting up at all. Telder says he's not full throttle. Let's see. Telder is saving fuel. That's why he's running in a draft here. That's what those three are doing right there. They're just trying to save fuel with each other here. A little competition, as they say in racing. $15 laps to go. Nerves are definitely going up. The stress factors of these drivers trying to save the right amount of fuel to get them to the finish of this race. Some say fuel mileage racing is not racing. Excuse me, I believe the definition of a race is the first person to start and end first. Doesn't say how you gotta do it. If you're in the newspaper for hitting a home run, does it really have to say you hit a line drive over the wall, or does it have to say how you hit a blast out of Yankee Stadium? Doesn't say how. A home run's a home run. As Chris Evans comes into pit road here. See those guys coming off of pit road. Obviously going to try to get the best position they can there. You see the lap trucks doing a good job of staying out of the way of the leaders. All right, Peyton Johnson to pit road. Here we go. The leader's in. So he ran the tank all the way out here. And we got trouble on the back straightaway. Is this going to bring a caution out? Mike Robinson, no, it's not. He's down too far in the apron. That's one thing about Vegas. Unless you're on the track, it will not throw a caution here. There's some tracks that are very aggressive, and then there's some tracks that aren't. And Mike toes the pit road. No caution. We stay green. 10 to go. I'm sure a lot of people were yelling in their Discord channels, caution, caution, caution. Didn't happen. So let's look at things now. Our top five: Sean Peachin, Brian Sutphin, Robert Warrens, Josh Gagnon, Sam Fontaine. One of those five have a win in this league. And if you watched last week's race, you know who that one is. Then you got Jeremy Frere in 6th, Blaine Sparling, Brandon Alphin, Matt Telder, Cam Ingram. Drayton Cooks 11th, Peyton Johnson 12th, Tim Abrams 13th. The amount of wins combined right now on the lead lap in this race is 2. I'm sorry, let's make that 4. Drayton Cook with 1, Sam Fontaine with 3. That's all the wins right now in the top 10, or in the top 13. Something different's going to happen here in the next 8 laps. Dean goes to the apron, gets out of everybody's way. Seven laps to go. Peyton Johnson did just pass Drayton Cook for position, so Drayton back to 12th. And Sean Peach in the pit road. Robert Warren's the pit road. Oh, how close is this going to be? All right, so now that is all the crew from the 85 to 87 that have just pitted. The rest of these guys have now pitted at lap 88 or 89. And as I talked about, Brian Sutphin, Sam Fontaine, Matt Telder, Brandon Alphin is about a second off of Telder. Blaine Sparling is 5th. Peyton Johnson, he is the first. Remember, he just came to pit road at 109. He is 6th now. Cam Ingram is 7th. Drayton Cook is 8th. Sean Peachin is now 9th. I have no clue who's going to win this race. I honestly don't. I think Sutphin can make it. I don't know. Three to go. Sutphin's slowing down. There's Fontaine. Fontaine is brought up like, he's brought in like about 6/10 or so last lap. Sutphin is really slowing down now. Off turn 4, white flag. I still don't know who's going to win this race. Sutphin down the back straightaway. Looks like he's back up to speed. Off turn 4. He's got it. Oh, does he have it? It's close at the line. Sutphin got it. It ran out of gas. He runs out, I believe, at the line and won this race. And Telder's going to end up 3rd. Blaine Sparling 4th. And Brandon Alphin 5th. And KJD2 has its 3rd winner in victory lane this season. the 26 of Brian Sutphin. Hope you're not expecting donuts. Fantastic race. Comes down to fuel mileage. And Sutphin going to sit right there and park it at the start-finish line and go to victory lane. He gambled in Vegas. That's what this city's all about, right? Gambling. And it worked out for him. So we see the final results from Sin City. It was close at the end, 1/10 of a second. Sutphin, or Fontaine, almost got to his teammate. As Brian goes to victory lane, Sam finishes second. Matt Telder third. Blaine Sparling, Brandon Olfen, your top five. Peyton Johnson finishes sixth. Cam Ingram, Sean Peachin, Robert Warrens, and Drayton Cook finish your top 10. The 10 trucks on the lead lap. Chris Evans 11th. Tim Averill 12th. Josh Gagnon 13th. Jeremy Frere 14th. And Dennis Warrens 15th. Casey Duncan, Alex Cummings. Jonathan Tuckness finishing in the 18th position. 19th through 29th goes to Tyler Brewer, Sam Barnes, Christopher Dean, Luke Daniels, Cedric Ingram, Mike Robinson, Travis Icavaci, Ryan Douglas, Jason Dalton, Dylan Glass, and Justin Bondurant. Your 29 finishers in the race here this evening. And we are going to go to victory lane here in just a moment. We're going to talk to some of the drivers here momentarily. As I jump over into the Discord, where they're all probably waiting on me. And let's talk to our drivers. Starting with third place, Mr. Telder, who's going to have a good points night, good bounce back night after a rough one the last couple of weeks. And was doing a good job of saving enough fuel there at the end there. Matt, congratulations on that third place finish. We were all kind of biting our nails there, like wondering who's going to make it or what. And I figured that lap 89 mark was pretty key to getting to it.
Yeah, I knew after that caution that came out at 28 just royally messed everything up. Knowing that you had to, like, a full fuel run, if you didn't save, was 29 laps. To make it to 30, 31, you really had to stretch it. And with the caution on 28, you had to make it 33 on 2 straight stints.
Good luck on that.
I literally just, Drayton even told me, he's like, if you want to round me, go ahead. I was like, nope, I'm content right here.
Well, great job on your end, man. Great third place finish. You've had a career season. I don't think you've had to worry about being that first guy to 11th this year. You've got that chance to be the first guy to first.
Yeah, it was weird as me and Luke and Bondo and those guys, my team, we were talking about it before the race. I'm like, I'm 6th in points. I have a 70-point gap on 11th. I was like, I am not gonna try to win a race more than I'm not gonna try to win a race tonight.
And you almost won.
I was like, if I average top 12, I'm good for the whole rest of the season. So I was like, I'm just riding around. I let Sam go earlier. I let other guys go earlier. I was like, I am just out for a Sunday drive for 120 laps at Vegas.
It's like they say when you go to find that woman of your dreams, sometimes you don't look to find it. It happens. But anyways, congratulations, man. Shout out to whoever you like to.
Yeah, shout out to you, for broadcasting as always. You do an exceptionally great job. We miss those couple rare times where work keeps you from doing it, and we all feel it when you miss it. But you do an awesome job. All my guys at Lap 1 Legends, we've kind of meshed together as a team real well this season, so I can't thank all those guys enough. My mom, my other friends that are watching, stuff like that. So, hey, second podium shoey of the season.
Well done, and it's good to see you've taken Alex Cummings' chassis and using them now, and good to see you up front, and congratulations.
Yeah, we had some team development issues there in the start, so we fixed that now.
So you give Alex your setup. So good job, nice job, well done.
Thanks, Scala.
You too, buddy. We like picking on Telder. That's what we like to do. All right, let's get Telder down here for a second. Let's grab Fontaine here, who finishes in the second position. As I started to wonder a little bit there, would it be the day where Fontaine wins that oval race. So close there, but Brian did exactly everything right, and you end up second there to your teammate.
Yeah, I mean, for me tonight is really a victory. Like we work our way through the field, we survived the race. That was the main part, and I don't know for the other guy what they did. I know Matt was on our strategy, fuel-wise and everything. And for the others, I mean, we practiced this week, and that's how we managed to know how much fuel and how we had to save if we had like a long run, and we got it. So, yeah, great race, team-wise, and also like P2, it's always good.
Yeah, how scary is it when you start a race with 3 cautions like you did there at the beginning? It's like, oh, this isn't what we expected.
Well, it's pretty scary when in the first one you are avoiding like 10 cars going in the middle of it. So
right?
So yeah, pretty scary. But overall, I mean, we knew that it was that kind of race we will have to manage, and we didn't manage the first part. We thought we maybe would have got other caution, but none of them came late. So we still had like a free set of tires for the end of the race with our initial strategy. So yeah, pretty good overall. We managed it, and we bring it home.
You did, man. Well, great job on your second place finish, a 1-2 for the team, and great job by the both of you guys. And obviously, shout out to who you like to.
Yeah, every guy from the team. We practiced a little bit this week, and it was really helpful. And I'm sure Brian gonna talk about me, but no, it was like really good the whole race. Me and Brian were talking strategy the whole race, trying to manage our draft and our fuel. And I need to thank Sam, every guy in KGD2, and every guy from the league who put the league together again. Like it's really fun to race with y'all, and you for the broadcast again.
He just said y'all. That's a new one. Yeah, congratulations. Good job, buddy. Sam Fontaine, second place finisher, and then to the winner, the man that was able to, basically fuel his way, gamble his way, whatever pun you want to use, here in Vegas to the win here tonight. He gets his first career win, and Brian, welcome to the party, man. I know all the pain you have been through. I've said it thousands of times on the stream from the multiple leagues that you and I have either raced for or broadcast for. I'm like, this Brian guy is going to win. Just let him stay out of the wall or something. Just whatever luck. Get it out of his hands and let him go race the damn car, and he'll find his way to victory lane. It took you fuel mileage, but hey, welcome to victory lane.
I appreciate it, buddy. I owe this victory to 2 people. Sam Fontaine for the strategy and the fuel savings and the coaching. And at the end of the race, if I hadn't had Sean Peachin to draft off of while he was leading and I was running second, I would have never made it. I ran out of fuel about probably 300 yards before the start-finish line.
Wow, man. I was going to say, how close was it? Because I know those last, like, 3 or 4 laps, you backed off, and I'm like, is he going to be okay? I know it's close. Is he okay? And it kind of scared me. I'm like, man, I hope he gets this. That close, huh?
Oh, it scared me too. Yeah, I come off the corner and they were like, my spotter was telling me, or my fuel manager guy, whatever, on iRacing, he was like, yeah, he's like, you need to pit this time by. And I was like, nope, I'm going for the checkered.
He's like, you can shut up, go pack everything up right now, man. Well, great job. How does it feel? Because I know you've been through a lot, and to the multiple seasons you've tried here and had your ups and downs. How's it feel, man, to get that win?
It feels really good. You know, I've had my struggles and frustrations and everything else. One of the things that I appreciated the most about winning this race is a few guys come up beside of me and rubbed doors and, you know, revved the throttle and congratulated me in their way. And, you know, I really appreciate that with my history here last season.
Well, it's one of those things where things happen. You know, we all have our heated moments and stuff. I've had my share. Just watch other streams of mine, you'll see it, of frustration and anger and stuff like that. And you know what, though? It's all a family thing when it's all over with, man. So congratulations. You've earned this. Go celebrate and send shout-outs whoever you like to.
I just want to give a shout-out to all my friends and family that are watching. I want to give a shout-out to you for putting on a great broadcast. give a shout out to the guys that run this league. And I really appreciate them understanding that I'm passionate about racing and clean racing and strategy, the whole 9 yards. And I appreciate them not booting me and letting me come back and have another shot at it. So it was a great night for me. You know, I feel relieved now. I don't know if I'll go on a tear or not, but man, it sure is good to get the first win and get the monkey off your back. And I feel like Earnhardt racing the Daytona 500. I mean, I've run 1 million races and lost them every possible way you can imagine.
Absolutely, man. Well, you're pretty good. I remember first meeting you on a short track, and here we go. Next week you go to Martinsville. So what better way? Just, hey, let's go to Martinsville and go win this one now.
It's going to be I really need to practice and make sure I qualify up front. That's going to be an interesting race.
Well, great job, man. Congratulations. Go celebrate with your team. Well earned, and proud of you. And we'll talk next week, bud.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you.
Absolutely.
You have a good evening.
You too, Brian. Brian Zutphen, the winner tonight here at Vegas. First career win for him and third win for the team already for KJD2. They're definitely starting to tear it up a little bit. Second straight win in succession for the series. So, well earned, well just a great race overall. We saw the 3 cautions early in the first 30 laps, and that was it. We went green the rest of the way, and it turned into a fuel mileage race, and just a great job overall for everybody involved. So, looking forward to talking about this one with Sam and whoever our guest is next week here on the podcast. Should be a lot of fun breaking down this Vegas race and getting us ready for the bull ring at Martinsville. the should we call it the boxing ring at Martinsville next week? They have a channel in Discord called the Boxing Ring where pretty much all the anger comes out. That might be the most active channel in this league coming for the next week. It should be very interesting. Looking forward to Martinsville next week, 8:45. Leave your tempers at Clarence's Steakhouse down the road, and let's get ready to race coming up here next Wednesday night, 8:45 Eastern, from the Paperclip in Martinsville, Virginia, virtually here on iRacing and on Captain Esports Network. Looking forward to all the fun there. So, Brian Zutphen, great job. Well-earned victory for you. Great job, all the drivers. Great race tonight. And always remember, this isn't just a game. It's iRacing. See ya.